The New York Times' Jamel Bowie and MSNBC's Chris Hayes think that Republicans don't understand democracy, but Democrats do. Why? Well, because they want to abolish the Electoral College and they think that makes them better people. Yeah, okay. Let's break that down. So this whole debate actually gets to a really key difference between Democrats and Republicans, and that is actually literally in the words Democrat and Republican. What do I mean by that? I mean that Republicans defend the institutions of the Republic, and Democrats desire a more pure form of democracy. Why is that? Okay, why do Republicans want a republic? Well, a republic is more stable. It's also more representative of the entirety of the country. That's why we like it. It's also why our founding fathers liked it. It has institutionalized checks and balances between the three branches of government and an emphasis on states' rights. So it's really difficult to ram through sweeping policy that affects the entirety of the country. And because we have an equally apportioned Senate and an Electoral College, it means smaller states have a voice. Smaller, more rural states actually have a voice, both in the Congress and when electing our president. We think that's pretty important. Democrats, well, they want something different. Again, they're pushing for a more pure form of democracy. So what does that mean? Well, they tend to want more control in Washington, whether that's in the bureaucratic state or the presidency, either way, under the executive branch. And they want to abolish the Electoral College. So what does this mean? It effectively means that 51% of the population could tell the other 49% of the population what to do, even if that 51% is concentrated in the most populated states. Remember, progressives want to create progress, their form of progress, and they want to do it as fast as possible. Well, checks and balances get in the way of that. States' rights and local control get in the way of that. Local municipalities trying to implement their own policies get in the way of that centralized control of the whole country for their progressive ends. The problem with a simple majority deciding how we live our lives in this country is that it effectively means tyranny of the majority.
I thought about this a lot too. What are those cultural narratives that create a sustainable society? Well, one is personal responsibility. And we don't always talk about why that's important, though. So personal responsibility is important because if you don't have it, you're not empowered. And if you're disempowered, well, then you're depressed and you're not contributing. And if you're not personally responsible, then by definition, you believe others should be responsible for you. And therefore, you have to infringe on their freedoms, or you have to ask someone else to infringe on their freedoms, meaning the government, because you've put all your faith in government. Because politicians kept telling you that they were going to solve all your problems, and then your problems didn't get solved exactly how you thought they should. So you elect a new politician who'll promise more ways to solve your problems. Then everybody's depressed because their problems aren't solved because we asked the government to do it. We asked an impossible job. We forgot about personal responsibility. We forgot about the fact that we own our own destiny. A society starts to believe that they're not in charge of their own destiny. Well, society's not going to survive. We don't have that much longer. The second thing you need is basic mental toughness and discipline. This idea that you're going to forego pleasure, you're going to forego gratification because you're disciplined and because you want to compete. Like a mentally tough person, you need to compete in a free society. People who are weak-minded can't compete in a free society. They can't do what you do in business. And you have more and more people like that who don't value that, who value victimhood instead. And you see that in this outrage culture that we have all around us. If you don't start to value mental toughness, then again, our society starts to decay. Third thing is loyalty. Loyalty to our country. A sense of duty to your country. And a sense that the things that bring us together, there are not many of them. It's not skin color, it's not religion, it's not heritage. Everybody can become an American. That's what's really cool about America. But there are certain things that bring us together, whether it's the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem or the flag or our history, our founding documents. Those bring us together. We forget about that. We forget about the meaning of a pluribus unum. But if we don't have that, and if you don't care about that, then it's actually not surprising that you might be for open borders. Because why? Who cares? You don't care about the sovereignty of a country. You don't even care about your nationhood.